Well, I have a confession to make. I hate the term ugly Christmas sweater. I feel like in the past few years, maybe 5, 10 years, that whole thing is getting really popular. I feel like it started with, wearing an old Christmas sweater, maybe from the 80s, from the 90s, very over the top, very kitschy, like very ugly with a lot going on. And now you can buy an ugly sweater that, first of all, does not look like the original ugly sweaters at all. They just end up calling Fair Isle fake Fair Isle, because they're usually just printed sweaters, ugly Christmas sweaters. Idea that you have to buy a different sweater every year, that you're gonna only wear once. They're not really ugly anymore, or kitschy or over the top. They're just a sweater with something printed on it. They're cheap, they're badly made. I hate them. I do not participate. And of course, as a knitter myself, I just don't like the idea of calling a sweater ugly, especially one that might have originally been like a Fair Isle or a Christmas sweater. So instead, I prefer the idea of making a holiday sweater that is not ugly. Being that it's just the beginning of December, you can still try and knit for the holiday season and wear every year, as I plan to do. Some of these I made, some of this I have yarn to make and I plan on making, and some of them are just cute, and most of these are adult sweaters, but some of them also are kids sweaters. So these are my 5 pattern suggestions of sweaters that you can make instead of ugly holiday sweaters. Not ugly holiday sweater patterns. So the first one on my list is a sweater that I'm dying to make. I actually already bought the yarn for this. So this is the Festive Yoke Pullover, which is made by Skeindeer Knits. I mean, wow, what a perfect holiday sweater. What a beautiful, just chef's kiss. So this is a top down in the round Fair Isle colorwork sweater, and what I love about this pattern is that it gives you options for doing just a yoke that has this pattern, this Christmassy pattern, or you can do an all over sweater. So you have those 2 options. Another thing I really like is that I think the original pattern only uses 2 colors, but because of the way it's designed, such a classic repeatable pattern, that you could use more than 2 colors. And the version that I really like is the brown, the light brown and dark brown version, and that's kind of what I want to make. I think it's just so beautiful, so understated. It still looks holiday, but you could wear it during the winter, I feel like, even beyond the holiday season. And some of the examples of sweaters made by testers and other people who have already made this sweater are just such beautiful idea color combinations that, again, this is a sweater for everyone, I think. Another take on the Fair Isle colorwork type of sweater is something a little bit different, and I've actually made this sweater. This was a commission of a sweater that I made, I think, a couple years ago, and it was so fun and so fast to make. So this is the Rocking Around sweater from Poison Grrls. The idea of this is, a classic pullover round yoke colorwork sweater, but instead of using a different color to create that contrast, they make you use this tinsel yarn, which is never worked with anything like that before. It's literally like tinsel just put together in yarn. It is so fun to knit with. So when the colorwork is done, you can kind of see the tinsel coming out of the sweater, and it literally makes you look like you're wearing a Christmas tree, but in a very fancy, beautiful way. So again, this was a commission by my friend Serena, who, of course, you've probably heard and seen her on YouTube. She has an amazing channel and an amazing Instagram account, and whenever she wears a sweater, it just fills my heart with so much joy, because it was such a fun sweater to make, and it looks so beautiful, so Christmassy. She chose the pink and gold combination, although the original one had a version with the tinsel being in a silver color. The yarn itself that they recommend for like the main color sweater also has a little bit of tinsel in it. You can't quite see it on the sweater, but when you're knitting with it, you can see that little yarn of tinsel in it. So it's just such a festive sweater, and it has a vintage twist to it. Number 3, this is a pattern by my friend Kaylee from Needles and Life. And this is the cozy crewneck sweater. Basically a classic crewneck sweater, and it is knit in worsted yarn, but it has such a beautiful drape. And I love her example of knitting it with a tweed yarn, because that's what it really gives it, that Christmassy feeling, the red tweed yarn. That to me is just like a perfect holiday sweater to gift or to wear for yourself. I also saw her before taking one of her classic crewneck sweaters and adding a letter to it to make it, you know, like one of those Weasley sweaters where it has a big letter in the middle, which can't go more Christmassy than that. And this is like a different direction from having, you know, the color work all around yoke, round yoke, completely different direction, but I still think it gives a very cozy, classic Christmas holiday feeling to it. This next pattern that I recommend is for children, so it's again more if you have little ones or for a gift, but it's such a cute, fun sweater. It's called the Let's Christmas Sweater by Petite, and it is a very simple, also kind of crew neck sweater pullover, but it has a fun little garland going all around the sweater. It is such a nice detail. It looks very simple too, but very fun to make. And I feel like if you buy the pattern, it probably has the instructions on how to do the garland, and you could potentially do it for an adult sweater too. I'm not sure how it's knit. I have not knit this one before, but it just looks so fun, and I just can't imagine, you know, a few kids. And in fact, I don't have to imagine it because she does have a picture of a few kids wearing different colors but matching sweaters. So cute, so holiday-ish. Again, different from the color work option, but still very colorful and very fun. Last but not least is the pattern called Christmas Tree by Knitting for Breakfast. The idea behind it is like it's a nice classic turtleneck sweater, and it's using some texture and bubbles to create a Christmas tree in the middle. This is more towards like the classic 1980s Christmas sweater, but it's so classy and well done. So to me, it's like a better version of those sweaters. Of course, handmade. It's worsted yarn, so a quick knit as well. But it also has some details on the arms, on the sleeves, which are fun. The turtleneck just looks so thick and cozy. I love it. I feel like you will not go cold in this sweater. It's again really nice for staying in or going to a Christmas party. I think this one will be on my list of Christmas sweaters and to make in the future. So those are my 5 suggestions of Christmas sweater, from color work to one color, for kids, for adults, for men, for everyone in the family. Basically, you can make a different kind of Christmas sweater or holiday sweater. I think we are ready to get rid of the whole ugly sweater idea and instead make beautiful holiday sweaters this season. Tell me in the comments which one of these sweaters is your favorite, which one you would like to make, if you've made any of these before, or if you have any other suggestions of holiday knits that maybe aren't sweaters but other options. You know, a lot of people make garlands and ornaments, and there's just so much fun knitting things. And if you are knitting a lot in this season, make sure to take some breaks and watch my video where I talk about how to do some exercises to warm up and to stretch before and after knitting. And yeah, hope you have a lovely holiday season and happy knitting.